Welcome to Module 7. Got a few items of interest here in the lectures. We've got some video lectures that are quite good. Paul Solomon video on unemployment and something from the news that explains quite well why the $15 minimum wage proposal could hurt those who's meant to help. Yes, indeed. If the minimum wage is above the equilibrium wage, that's the key. It has to be a binding minimum wage. If the minimum wage is below equilibrium, it's going to be as if it doesn't exist. It doesn't do anything. And so if it's above, and most economists think that's going to be above in many places. Now in New York City, maybe not. It won't do much, but down in Mississippi, where the cost of living is significantly lower, that could really do some damage. So, in other words, create unemployment. Well, and then we have some things here to read, short little things. Why economists don't always celebrate falling unemployment. Oh, yes, and you'll see this in the chapter. There's a news article about where unemployment actually fell. And of course, politicians are crowing about falling, but if it falls for the wrong reasons, that's bad. Ooh, I'll leave you up to keep the suspense. Well, I'll tell you, it's discouraged workers. As you'll see in the chapter, when discouraged workers increase, when workers stop looking for work, the unemployment rate actually goes down. So it makes unemployment seem lower than it really is. They've dropped out of the labor force. And that's what's happened here. Here's an example of when that happened. Okay, the evidence on minimum wage. A lot on minimum wage here, so that's in the news here, and always an issue, it seems. That's timeless. Some claim that a higher raising the minimum wage does nothing. Okay, doesn't do anything as far as increasing unemployment. And that's true. If you're starting below equilibrium and you raise the wage to a point that's still below equilibrium, the minimum wage just went up and it's not going to cause any unemployment. That is absolutely true. It depends on if you're raising it to above equilibrium or not. I mean, I want to say duh, but I guess I won't. So I guess I just did. And it also depends on long-term or short-term. In the short term, even if you do raise it above equilibrium, the impact isn't going to be immediate necessarily. And now in microeconomics, we talk about elasticity, but the elasticities are fairly inelastic. For you who've had micro, don't worry about it if you haven't. And there's not going to be that much change right away, but over time, there will be some change. There will be some things that the response, there'll be a response to that. So in the short term, not so much. In the long term, yeah. Okay, enough of that. I'll let you read that. But that's the evidence is pretty strong. Anyway, okay, here's a nice little article. He goes right through the numbers of a car wash and exactly what will happen in this guy's business. And here's a better way. If you want to help the working poor, don't do it through the minimum wage. Much more efficient way right here. Okay, and then we have, a little, an extra credit video, labor and management. As you will read, structural unemployment, causes of structural unemployment are minimum wage and labor unions. It depends on the situation with labor unions, of course, but to the extent that they are able to flex their muscle and get wages above equilibrium, which causes structural unemployment, they can be an issue, right? So anyway, interesting video about some of the history of labor and management, and sometimes where they've won important rights. And now they are not just for labor unions, but pretty much legislated into our laws. So they apply to everybody now, and that's the first segment. And then it talks about other issues as well. I'll let you watch it. Okay, that's it. Have a good module.